r/AskReddit by Redmond ETS. What is a historically worst movie ever filmed? Raw, 1981. Historically the worst shooting schedule of all time. 5 years, 11 years in production, plus the massive injuries suffered by 70 people, cast and crew, from attacks by the main stars of the film. Over 130 big cats, mostly lions and tigers. 15 of these cats even escaped during production, with 3 lions being shot and killed by sheriffs when they threatened local residents. Upon release, finally, in 1981 it made just $2 million on a balloon budget of $17 million. Just an unmitigated disaster. Everyone is naming movies that they saw that sucked. But they came out. The Day the Clown Cried is apparently so bad, Jerry Lewis wouldn't let it be seen by anyone. It is about a man who plays a clown in 1940s Nazi Germany, who works in a concentration camp and his job is to playfully lead children to the gas chamber. There's allegedly going to be a screening next year. Jerry Lewis donated the most complete assembly that exists, still missing about 30% of the film, which has been destroyed, to the Library of Congress so long as they signed a contract stating that they wouldn't show it to anybody until 2024. There are tenuous plans to arrange a screening, but as far as I know there are no solid plans yet. How the hell are there 19 comments after 30 minutes, and no one has said Plan 9 from Outer Space by Ed Wood, which is highly regarded as the worst movie of all time. Because the movie Ed Wood helped make Plan 9 even more a cult classic. The art is in how bad it is, albeit unintentionally at the time. Monos: The Hands of Fate is widely considered to be the worst movie of all time. It's awful. It was made by one fellow who made a bet that he could make a feature film and he did it. It's a bad film. But it's still an actual film. Achieved by a complete amateur on his first attempt. Critics review it as a film rather than as just some weirdo screwing around. If I walked out tomorrow and said, I'm going to make a feature-length film, I doubt I'd do any better. It's not Freaking Cats, which was made by professionals. Everyone else is wrong. Star Wars Holiday Special was so bad that Lucas has tried his whole career to erase every copy in existence. XKCD even made a comic joking about how bad it is compared to classically bad movies like Manos. Featuring a Wookiee family going about their day with no subtitles. No conflict, just a series of scenes of this family unrelated to each other. Grandpa Wookiee getting horny watching VR porn. Toddler Wookiee watching TV. A very long scene of this. Inexplicable interlude from the band Jefferson Starship. Intoxicated singing Carrie Fisher. I read somewhere that one of its songs was the singing debut of one John Bon Jovi, then Bon Jovi. A 2D2 We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Not sure it was featured on the holiday special, but it was on the Christmas in the Stars, Star Wars Christmas album. He was only 18, and it was being recorded at his cousin's recording studio. I forgive him. Birth of a Nation is the most harmful, so I'll go with that. Probably John Wayne as Genghis Khan. The Conqueror. No idea why Wayne thought he could pull off that role. It was filmed on a nuclear test site. Almost half the crew ended up getting cancer. Howard the Duck, The Babe Ruth Story, The Day the Clown Cried. I had always thought that Troll 2 was the accepted worst movie, but IMDb has it at number 30. Are we counting the filming itself? The Twilight Zone. Don't look it up if you're squeamish. For those who can't be bothered to look it up, the filming of the Twilight Zone movie caused 3 deaths, 2 of whom were children, both under 10 years old. The director, who still doesn't seem to take responsibility for what happened, insisted that the helicopter, in the very chaotic scene they were filming, was to maneuver very close to the ground, a difficult feat what with all the rain and wind and flood all around. The helicopter, unsurprisingly, couldn't do it, and sort of tipped over and crashed. I don't know the specific details of what happened, but the helicopter blades decapitated Vic Morrow and one of the 2 children. The second child was crushed by the helicopter. It was all filmed, and can be found on YouTube. It happens really fast. It starts out showing the scene itself happening as it should, with Vic Morrow carrying the 2 children in a storm. When the helicopter topples over and decapitates 2 of them, the video does a frame by frame. You basically just see the silhouettes of them standing there for a couple of frames, and then the next frame their heads are gone from their necks. I think you can see Vic Morrow's head in the top of the picture. After the frame by frame, you see the aftermath. Vic Morrow and the children are underwater at this point, and some people run over to try to save them. Someone pulls Vic Morrow's body up, realizes the head is gone, and then recoils in horror. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians make Plan 9 look like an Oscar candidate. Historically? Like inaccurate? Braveheart. Fantastic movie, but historically way off. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.